say that we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
This town.
Every business is different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. From streamlining accounts receivables to maintaining access to working capital, a trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. At B1 Bank, I know I have access to commercial banking experts who care about the needs of my business and can guide me to accomplish my goals. B1 Bank knows that managing your business isn't simple, but they can help you make it uncomplicated.
Mealtimes are having a moment. A flavorful moment. A moment that's full of golden fried happiness and totally crave-worthy. One that has citrus grilled deliciousness, puts a twist on the classics, and packed with so much flavor that there's something for everyone. A moment you can only discover with the one-of-a-kind chicken and sides of Pollo Campero, crafted to taste like home.
Wind 6 miles, runway 26 right, on.
Since 1986, Soccer Spectrum has been serving the Dallas community with competitive soccer, great food, laughs, and a home away from home. Here at Soccer Spectrum, we offer the full soccer experience. We host and organize adult indoor and outdoor soccer leagues, youth leagues, watch parties, soccer camps, and birthday parties. Our facility has everything you need to enjoy our beautiful game and create friendships that will last a lifetime. What are you waiting for? Join our community today. Soccer Spectrum, the official practice facility of the Dallas Sidekicks.
The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV and to the Credit Union of Texas Event Center. Tonight, with their playoff lives on the line, the Empire Strykers storm into Allen in desperate need of a regulation win to secure a berth in their first postseason since they were Ron Newman Cup runners-up in 2021. Standing in their way are the Dallas Sidekicks, who come into their final home game of the regular season officially eliminated from the playoffs. With it being Fan Appreciation Night, the Kicks are going to do anything and everything in their power to not leave their Sidekick supporters feeling anything other than joy, leaving the Credit Union of Texas Event Center for the final time this season. Hello, everybody. My name is Christian Filliman, better known as Philly, and I will be with you on this Saturday night slugfest in the MASL. With plenty on the line, this should be intense. 4th of July may be a ways away, but expect fireworks in Texas tonight. The Strykers have dropped their last 2 games against the mighty San Diego Sockers. Last weekend's results, along with a hot St. Louis ambush team, have the Strykers in a position where they are still in control of their destiny, but the margin of error has grown razor thin. A regulation win seals the deal. Anything less leaves the door open for the ambush, who are on a franchise record 5 straight wins. They will be on the road to take on the Milwaukee Wave, and the Tacoma Stars will be taking on the San Diego Sockers on Sunday in Oceanside. The question plaguing the minds of all in the Empire are, why do the Strykers like to take on the role of being the cardiac kids? Hearts will be racing in the Inland Empire tonight. On the other side of the turf, Dallas is playing for respectability on a 3-game losing streak. This has been a season of lessons for first-year head coach Terry Woodbury and company, as you see the Dallas Sidekicks on your screen. They put in some dramatic results and some not-so-convincing performances. A win tonight would be a smoother send-off into a postseason that, of course, will leave a lot of questions for Sidekicks management. Despite a challenging season, though, there have been some players who have been putting up numbers. Jamie Lovegrove has been outstanding on the offensive end, scoring 20 goals and contributing 19 assists. He is the sidekick standout offensively, and it's not even close. On the defensive end, Nestor Hernandez is second in the league behind Kansas City's Chad Vandergriff in blocked opponent shots, and Felipe Silva is tied for 7th. Parker Lackland, the keeper for the Kicks, ranked 6th in saves. The Strykers are led by a red-hot Justin Stinson, who's coming off back-to-back hat tricks. Careers high in goals with 29 and points with 38. He, along with Marco Fabian, who is not in the roster, are on the lineup tonight, lead the charge with rookie Munir Alami and defender of the year Robert Palmer. They are very much a part of the attack for the Empire with 20-plus points. There we see Jamie Lovegrove, Jamie the Gent, getting ready to kick things off in Allen, Texas. It's the Strykers taking on the Sidekicks, and we are underway. On your screen, the Sidekicks are donning their green jerseys. The Empire Strykers, they're black and whites. Again, so much riding on today's game for the Empire, looking to secure their first postseason since 2021. First-year head coach for the Empire, Noah Bassi, the $1 million man. We call him that because of his performances at the TST, where he won a $1 million prize with Newtown. He'll be looking to potentially defend that in the 3rd year. Newtown did not win the 2nd year, but the MASL was alive and well in the TST. There we see on the ball Justin Stinson, the man, the myth, the stinger. Back-to-back hat tricks, and clearly having one of his best offensive performances in his career playing indoor soccer. Stinson looking to get by Jamie Lovegrove. Ball is loose, picked up by Jamie the Jet. There is Soccer Dave. That is his social media handle. Goes by the name of Dave Bolliott, and we have a foul on the turf as we see Lee going down. And Lee just recently signed on to the Dallas Sidekicks just a few weeks ago. Lee's going to be an integral part for Dallas today. And it's unfortunate when we see the trainers coming on to the turf. So with 14 minutes and 5 seconds, the trainer is tending to Lee. Brendan Lee, 5'7", 140 pounds, coming into this game, and we'll see whether or not he is going to stay in this game. Let's take a look at the collision that occurred just moments ago. Nothing malicious as he ran right into Justin Stinson. But with Lee being off, that could be a potential problem for Dallas. This is a team that in their last 5 games has gone 1-4. Their last win came on March the 8th against the Texas Outlaws. There we see him standing up, and Stinson gets his foot all over Lee. And so Lee, up on his own accord, being walked to the Sidekicks bench. And so hopefully we get to see him back in the game. Former member of the Empire Strykers, Nestor Hernandez, set to take the restart. Hernandez has really found a home in Allen, Texas. He's played on a couple of teams in the MASL, St. Louis Empire. He's a beloved member, or was a beloved member, I should say, in the Inland Empire. Strykers looking to go on the counter. Abdul Mansoure coming off one of his best performances with a hat trick in the previous game as Jamie Lovegrove gets in the way. Strykers do recover and looking to restart. Again, for those tuning into this broadcast, the Strykers will be without Marco Fabian. As per the stat report, illness is why he is not in the game, and that is a huge loss for the Empire Strykers. But if the Strykers look to compete in the postseason, they're going to have to do so without their sensational talisman, Marco the Magnificent. Ball comes into the corner. Nestor Hernandez all over it, taking it away from Abdul Mansoure. Sandwiched in, Strykers do recover. Alan Perez is going to kick it over to Randy Martinez, who's in his sophomore season here in the Inland Empire. Randy Martinez, career highs in so many statistical categories. Bradley, and I know head coach Noah Bassi is thrilled to have Alex Bradley back into the lineup. Bradley comes in with a tremendous championship pedigree as there's a shot that comes right off of the chest of Dallas Sidekicks keeper Parker Lackland. Lackland in the top 10 for saves in the MASL, rolls it over to Nestor Hernandez. He is going to be marked by Ciro Oliveira. Ciro out of Brazil had a huge game recently against San Diego. Ball is loose. Shot is well off the mark by Dallas. Taken by Joaquin Rivas wearing the number 92 jersey. Ball comes back into the midfield to Nestor Hernandez. Sidekicks are looking to build their offense. Both teams just looking to get a feel for one another here with 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Oliveira in to Bradley. Bradley, who had a tremendous youth career. He's out of Milton Keynes, England. And shout out to the Bradley family. We got to meet them just over a month or so ago as they did attend a match at Toyota Arena in Ontario, California. Ball comes in from Stinson to Andy Reyes. Andy Reyes back into the lineup. Ball comes into Brian Orozco. Orozco pass into Reyes. The Strykers like to utilize the keeper as their sixth attacker. Brian Orozco has found the back of the net on a number of occasions this season. He's been a part of the offensive threat. Stinson being marked. Ball comes into Berto. The chemistry between Berto and Stinson is very evident as they have played together for quite a number of years. Robert Palmer, the reigning defender of the year in the MESL, is part of the Kansas City Comets last season. The runners-up in the MESL, losing to the Chihuahua Savage in the Ron Newman Cup Finals last season. Palmer's in his second stint in the Inland Empire, and he's having career highs in so many statistical categories as well. As far as points and assists are concerned, Berto aging like a fine wine, getting better year after year. And this is what the Strykers do. Ciro with some space to operate, passes it in. Opportunity shot saved by Lackland. The Strykers' newest talisman, Leo Espinosa, so new that he doesn't even have his number on the back of his jersey as the shot gets chipped in from Ciro into Parker Lackland. Leo Espinosa played professionally in Chile, and in his short stint playing for the Strykers has been magnificent offensively. Kicks looking to build out of the backfield. Pass comes in. Jamie Lovegrove, Jamie the Gent as we like to call him, an integral part of Dallas's offense. 20 goals, 19 assists. Having a fantastic season despite the challenging year that Dallas has had. Orozco's going to roll it in to Palmer. Palmer out of Kingston, Jamaica, played collegiately at Park University in Kansas City. I know the Kansas City faithful have nothing but love for Berto. During his time as a Park University Pirate, he had a tremendous career, recently acknowledged as a Park University Pirate Athletic Hall of Fame alum. As the Strykers do have the restart here, Bradley set to kick it into play. 9 minutes and 41 remaining here in the first quarter. The score is still 0-0. Rookie sensation for Empire, Munir Alami looking to break through from a sidekick sandwich. Strykers reset their offense. Orozco back over to Bradley. Bradley looking at Balliet. Balliet, a rookie this year. Ball comes in to the right. And that is headed out of play by Moises Hernandez. Strykers are going to get the restart. Reyes, who did not feature in that epic clash against San Diego about a week ago on Sunday at Toyota Arena, was suffering an illness. Empire sincerely need him in the lineup. For the longest time, he was leading the team in assists. Randy Martinez back over to Reyes. Reyes, who comes into the Empire. Last season, he played with the Texas Outlaws and has been a dime-dishing dynamo for Onu Obasi. Ball comes into Orozco. Orozco fires it. And that just comes off of the upper right. Clickety-clank-clank off of the metal. George De Leon has a shot fired. That comes off of the boards, recovered. And with a strong start by the Dallas Sidekicks within the first 2 minutes, it's been all Empire here in this first quarter. They just haven't had a clean look on Parker Lackland. And Lackland's the kind of keeper who's been tested time and time again this season. Within the top 7 in the league with saves. Ball comes into Tony Delatorre. Delatorre in his first season with the Strykers. He has several career highs as well, only playing 6 games last year with the Kansas City Comets. But on a team that made it to the finals, he certainly learned a lot, and he's contributed significantly this season. As has that man who passed the ball recently, Emmanuel Aguirre. Ball into the box. Down goes Alami looking for a whistle, and no whistle is going to be called in favor of the young rookie from Morocco. Actually, I stand corrected. It looks like we're going to have a top of the arc restart for the Strykers. It'll either be Palmer or Aguirre. 7:42 remaining here in this first quarter. We see the wall established by the Sidekicks. Nestor Hernandez, Anthony Powell, and Renato Torquato. Palmer. Shot fired. That's going to deflect off and into the abyss, if you will. Not entirely sure where that went. Certainly not the sedans. But in the Credit Union of Texas Event Center, that ball disappeared. But looks like we're going to head into a media timeout, folks. 7 minutes 40 remaining here in the first quarter. Both teams knotted up at 0-0. Don't go anywhere. You are watching MASL TV.
Clear 6 miles, runway 6 right, we're on.
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills.
So whatever you can do to give me that space.
After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care,
Copy 20.
partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
We're taking a live look, I should say, at the crossbar at the Ontario International Airport Hotel. There's a Strykers watch party going on in Ontario, and as you can see, the branding is on the wall. Strykers fans are in the building, and they're in for a big one because their Empire Strykers team need a dub to secure a spot in the postseason. And speaking of postseason, let's give a shout out to some of our sponsors here. MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. Corner kick restart set for the Empire Strykers as the captain, Robert Palmer, set to put the ball in play. 7 minutes and 40 seconds here in this first quarter. Strykers looking to test this Dallas Sidekicks defense. Sidekicks, 6-17 this season. Shot fired. Nestor Hernandez, as he has done time and time again this season, has been a pain for opposing offenses. One of the leaders in this league in blocked opponent shots. And one has to wonder whether or not Nestor Hernandez is looking on the opposite side of the field with all his friends there, knowing that, you know what, I'm going to get in the way of your playoff hopes. I am going to look to dash those playoff dreams. And so far, the Strykers have not had any clean looks at Parker Lackland, despite having 4 shots. Dallas has not had any shots at Brian Orozco. 4-0 so far, the stat line as far as that statistic is concerned. Ball comes into De Leon. Back over to Palmer. Palmer trying to go into the speedster, Abdul Mansouré. Mansouré had a phenomenal hat trick, all in the fourth quarter a week ago against San Diego. Ball off of the boards, taken away by Palmer. Palmer tried to find Mansouré, but Bradley Valadez getting in the way. And that's going to be a foul down on the turf. I believe the infraction is going to be called against Mansoret as we're going to have a restart here for the Dallas Sidekicks. Hernandez puts it into play into Jamie Lovegrove. Jamie the Jet advances it across into Felipe. It looks like that is Felipe De Souza. De Souza has not played many games this season, but has been very efficient for head coach Terry Woodbury. Those of you who follow the Dallas Sidekicks know that in 2021, he was an all-MASL talent. Sidekicks have it, trying to thread through into their offensive end. Shot saved by Orozco, denying Dallas of what could have been the first goal of the game. Flavio Guzman fired that in, and Brian Orozco denies him with the denier. Palmer puts it back into play, intercepted by the Sidekicks. Rodriguez is going to backtrack over to Silva. Silva into Lackland. Looks like the Sidekicks are going to try to do a little bit of what the Empire has done all season long, and that's going to come out of play. Parker Lackland trying to harness in his inner Brian Orozco. We haven't seen Dallas in their last few games utilize their keeper as a sixth attacker. And so interesting here what Terry Woodbury is doing. It's going to be a corner kick restart for the Jamie Lovegrove. Jamie the Gen operating on 19 assists so far. Keep an eye on Bradley Valadez. He scored 2 goals in the Kicks' most recent encounter this past Tuesday against the St. Louis Ambush. Valadez back over to Lovegrove. Lovegrove to Guzman. Shot saved by Orozco. Orozco getting his paws all over Guzman's shot. That's the second time he's denied Flavio. And that ball is going to come back to Felipe Silva, although we do have a whistle, and that's going to enable the Kicks to have a line change. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Time to pay some more bills, folks. Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. The all-new MASL fan store will be launching soon, I should say, not soon. Ball comes back into play. Can Justin Stinson extend his scoring streak? 6 goals in his last 2 games. Justin Stinson has been on a tear for the Empire Strikers. One would say that head coach Onuo Obasi's system greatly favors the man from St. Charles. Bradley extends it into Polo. Leopoldo Polo Hernandez in his rookie campaign in the Empire, a product of UC Riverside. Shot by Orozco, and that is a field goal back into the abyss in Allen, Texas. But I do thank you for that, young man, because that gives me the ability to represent Green Drop. They offer a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at affordable prices. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it yourself by going or visiting greendropcompression.com. 10 for 10, take 10. That's all the time you'll need for Eric Bergrud to take you inside the game and get to know some of the big stars advancing the sport on and off the field. 10 for 10 airs weekly on MASL TV, and I'm not plugging that in because I selfishly have been the most previous guest. And yes, I was the most previous guest. Shot! That clanks. Is that good? No, ball is loose. That was oh so close, within a nose hair of being the first goal of the game. But Brian Orozco is going to go down. Looks like he took a shot potentially to the ribs, the solar plex. Let's take a look at that again. What a rocket. And no goal is called, much to the joy of the Empire. And folks, we're going to have a timeout on the field for review. We're going to see whether or not that ball crossed. We saw a missile go through and towards the Strykers' goal. And so the officials are going to go to the monitors to reference exactly what they saw. Could this be the first blemish? Could this be first blood drawn by Dallas? Well, we're moments away. The Strykers absolutely need a regulation win to secure a spot in playoffs. And speaking of playoffs, playoff tickets are now available. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs, April 6th through the 8th. Visit frontwavearena.com to reserve your seats today. I'm going to be there. Hope to see and meet many of you in Oceanside at the beautifully built Front Wave Arena. And folks, it truly is a gem of an arena. Shout out to the San Diego Sockers and head coach Phil Salvaggio. They have their own arena, and well, we're going to be talking about MASL teams with their own arena, as we're going to bring in managing partner of the Empire Strykers and president of the MASL, Jeff Burham, to start the third quarter. 4:46 remaining here in the first. And so both teams are taking the field. It looks as if that goal, whether or not they reviewed it or not in the way that you think they would, it does not count. So the score still stands at 0-0. As you're taking a look at soccer, Dave Balliet out of Buenos Aires, Argentina. Not only is he a soccer social media star, he also happens to be an ambassador for Flight Sports. Alex Bradley looking to thread through, shot, his attempt outside of the field of battle. And it's going to be a corner kick restart for Parker Lackland with 4 minutes and 33 remaining here in the first quarter. The Dallas Sidekicks have started to really become a threat towards the Empire. 3 shots to the Strykers 5. Folks, frontwavearena.com. Reserve your seats for the playoffs. Look, I know it's spring break for many of you. Why not come to beautiful Oceanside, California? Fly into San Diego, fly into Burbank, fly into LAX, fly into the Ontario International Airport. But let's make sure we see you in Oceanside next week as Lackland puts the ball into play. Headed by Palmer, Strykers do recover. What a touch by Stinson to recover it for the Strykers. Alan Perez connects into Munir Alami. His shot goes off of Nestor Hernandez. Nestor Hernandez in the right place at the right time. Alami into the right. Perez shot. That is denied. Recovered. Another attempt just above the left side of the crossbar. Strykers do regain possession, but it looks like that's going to be a foul against Stinson. Stinson did take a fall. Not sure if he was tripped up there, but we resume play. Less than 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Strykers regain possession. I stand corrected as Nestor Hernandez puts it back in. Jamie Lovegrove trying to create a counter for the Sidekicks into Tony Delatorre. And we have a whistle down on the turf. Delatorre, no utilization of the man of play advantage. So that ball comes in to Reyes. Andy Reyes in to Bradley. Strykers looking to create some offense. And a player that we haven't really highlighted much because he hasn't played in the last couple of games that I've called for Dallas is Anthony Powell, El Leon out of Fort Worth, Texas, in his 7th year in the MASL, 6th year with the Kicks. Number 77 has played professionally in Iceland and Sweden. Lord knows he favors the temperature in Dallas, Texas, as opposed to what you have in Scandinavia. There we see Leo Espinosa going down. Espinosa looking for official confirmations before he puts the ball into play. He's going to advance into the boxes. Alex Bradley is going to put the ball back into play for the Strykers. 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. George De Leon has it in the midfield. De Leon analyzing and interpreting where he's going to go. Into Aguirre. Stinson. Stinson connects with De Leon. De Leon out of Waco, Texas. I know for a fact, and I don't know whether or not this is still his nickname, it still is on his bio, the Worm. I know if he does still go by it, the Worm is beyond thrilled to be back in Southern California. Had the honor and privilege of hanging out with George and hitting up a few Rams games. Shot fired! And that's a goal! And sorry for the camera angle, folks, but Justin, the Stinger, connecting. Bottom right corner where the dust mites dwell. There's the replay. He beats Parker Lackland, and the Empire draw first blood here in the first quarter. Justin Stinson finding the back of the net for the 30th time this season. Career highs for the Stinger. He is beyond locked in this year, having without question one of his best years as a professional indoor soccer player. You saw the replay from a couple of angles. The stinger, that to be denied. Empire goes up by a score of 1-0. Dallas looking for a potential answer as Lackland gets it into Jamie Lovegrove. Lovegrove tries to go in, finding Balliet, but that threads through and into Brian Orozco. This is such a huge match for the Empire, folks, as that's a header into Ciro. Abdul Mansoure nearly collecting a beautiful dime. There are no playoff implications for the Dallas Sidekicks. All they would do is play party spoiler. The Empire absolutely needs a regulation win to secure a spot in the postseason. They have not been in the playoffs since 2021. And so a win in Allen, Texas against a team that has beaten them before. Shot by Oliveira. That goes wide. Another attempt just goes wide. And that comes off of the boards as Hernandez heads it into Balliet. Polo over to Martinez. Martinez and Alberto. We're approaching 70 seconds remaining in the first quarter. You're just joining us now, folks. The only goal of the game came by way of Justin Stinson, his 30th of the season. There is the stinger. Had the opportunity to meet his father last week. And Stinson's been on a tear since his dad was in town. We need to bring Mr. Stinson back into these parts of the world because, well, clearly when his presence is felt, his son finds the back of the net. Ciro with 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter is going to opt to go into Palmer. Palmer into his left. Strykers looking to find one more shot before the quarter expires. Oh, Lackland gets in the way of what could have been a beautiful pass from Mansoure. De Leon recovers, 23 seconds remaining in the first. And the Strykers are going to settle on it for a moment. Stinson with Torquato on him, threads it through, back over to Stinson. His shot comes just above the flight banner. Recovered, taken away. And De Leon still has it, 3 seconds remaining. Not sure if he's aware of how much time is left, but we're going to close the first quarter, folks. First blood is drawn by the Empire as Justin Stinson, with his 30th goal of the season, puts the Strykers up by a score of 1-0. We're going to take a moment to head in to the second quarter. We're going to take a break. Don't you dare go anywhere. Plenty on MASL TV to come.
Mealtimes are having a moment. A flavorful moment. A moment that's full of golden fried happiness and totally crave-worthy. One that has citrus grilled deliciousness, puts a twist on the classics, and packed with so much flavor that there's something for everyone. A moment you can only discover with the one-of-a-kind chicken and sides of Pollo Campero, crafted to taste like home.
Every business is different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. From streamlining accounts receivables to maintaining access to working capital, a trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. At B1 Bank, I know I have access to commercial banking experts who care about the needs of my business and can guide me to accomplish my goals. B1 Bank knows that managing your business isn't simple, but they can help you make it uncomplicated.
Since 1986, Soccer Spectrum has been serving the Dallas community with competitive soccer, great food, laughs, and a home away from home. Here at Soccer Spectrum, we offer the full soccer experience. We host and organize adult indoor and outdoor soccer leagues, youth leagues, watch parties, soccer camps, and birthday parties. Our facility has everything you need to enjoy our beautiful game and create friendships that will last a lifetime. What are you waiting for? Join our community today. Soccer Spectrum, the official practice facility of the Dallas Sidekicks.
Hailstorms can cause devastating damage to your home. But what if you could protect it with the best? Introducing Total Storm Solutions, installers of the hail-proof roofing system. Not only will you shield your home from costly future damage, but you'll also increase its value and save on your insurance premiums. Total Storm Solutions is proud to sponsor your Dallas Sidekicks and offer free shingle upgrades when you mention this ad. Protect your home today. Visit TotalStormSolutions.com to learn more.
MASL Monday, every Monday night on MASL TV and CBS Sports Colosso Network. Alex Bostravansky and the homie Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's game and discuss the league's hot topics. Folks, with Justin Stinson scoring his 30th of the season, he is now tied with Chihuahua Savage's Jorge Rios, #1 in the MASL with that Golden Boot run. So keep your eyes on Stinson, keep your eyes on Rios because he's playing, and Frank Tayu does have a game against St. Louis Ambush tomorrow. But the Stinger in contention for the Golden Boot this season. And there he is with Jamie Lovegrove, Jamie the Gent on him. Why we call him Jamie the Gent, that's my nickname towards him. Don't ask me why, but he is a gentleman. Stinson did draw first blood in that first quarter. There he is, putting the ball into play. Into Reyes, intercepted by the Kicks. And a little pinball action gets recovered by the Strykers on the counter. Stinson fires it, saved by Lackland. Recovered by Moises Hernandez. There are two Hernandezes on Dallas, Moises and Nestor. From here on out, we're going to refer to them as such, Moises and Nestor, to avoid any kind of confusion. Stinson aggressively attacking the ball in the offensive end of the Strykers. Lackland gets it over to Jamie Lovegrove. Lovegrove sitting on 20 goals and 19 assists, goes to the midfield, connecting with Moises. He's facing pressure from Alan Perez. Ball comes into that right corner. Shot, and that is saved. Orozco did get a hand on it, but one would argue that the plexi did have its hand at making an alteration of the trajectory of that shot. Lovegrove advancing across through and trying to apply some pressure to Orozco as we have a keeper-to-keeper connection. Orozco going into Lackland. Kicks, trying to find Lovegrove off the wall. Lovegrove's going to have a gargantuan task trying to get by Palmer. And there's Berto Palmer once again getting in the way of the attack. Stinson applying pressure on David Teixeira. Teixeira a couple of games ago did manage to find the back of the net. Did not feature, I believe, in the game against St. Louis this past Tuesday. Ball comes in off of the wall. Wallace score opportunity, shot saved by Orozco, denying Powell. Off the boards, another attempt. Ball is loose. Orozco advances outside of the box and he clears it. Oh, so close was Dallas. But Brian Orozco, third season in the league. And he has been such a force for the Strykers. Parker Lackland advancing it. He's going to fire it. That's going to come off of Palmer. Put back into play into Nestor. Nestor threads it through into Powell. Shot saved by Orozco. Brian Orozco puts his paws all over that attempt by Dallas. And Dallas's attack is starting to heat up. It was all Strykers for quite some time, but the shots are starting to pile up for the Sidekicks. Espinosa into Martinez. Both teams are even as far as shots on goal with 7 apiece. Aguirre, with 3 minutes having transpired here in the second quarter. Espinosa gets his pocket picked by Balian. Into Nestor. Finds Guzman. Strykers with the defense, keeping it in on their end. Off of the Taki sign. Some of the best chips, by the way. Love those Takis. In on that right. Some fancy maneuvering, some fancy footwork by Rafael Rodriguez as he connects with Nestor Hernandez. Guzman fired a few shots off within the first quarter, both of which have been met by Brian Orozco. Alami on the counter, finds Aguirre. Aguirre's shot, kick saved by Lackland. The ball's gonna ricochet and roll back over to Bradley. Bradley's gonna connect to De La Torre. We see Orozco well outside of his box, operating as that 6th attacker as the Strykers have utilized all season long. Bradley goes back in to Alami. Alami looking to put those fancy feet ahead of Nestor as he's going to reset the Strykers offense. Tony De La Torre with space. His shot saved by Lackland. Parker. Another attempt. Recovered by Bradley. Bradley weighed his options, intelligently opted not to fire it away as the Strykers do now hold possession. Barely 5 minutes into the second quarter. It's been a very close one in Allen, Texas. Only 1-0 the score. Strykers threading several passes consecutively as they are looking to find some space, looking to thread the needle of the Sidekicks defense. Zero. Up top to Stinson. Stinson, the lone scorer in today's ball game. He's got space. He fires it off the crossbar. And Stinson was oh so close. Millimeters, or whatever the smallest unit of measure you like to reference is, that's how close Justin Stinson was to hitting his 31st of the season. Lovegrove puts the ball into play, intercepted, taken away. That was a rough touch by the Strykers, but they do have an opportunity. I stand corrected. Down on the turf is Felipe D'Souza. Let's see how that transpired. Aguirre had it, Meg D'Souza, and it looks like he might have made some contact with his ankle. That camera angle was a little too quick. Give D'Souza the benefit of the doubt, as I do admire the young man's game out of Brazil. 9 minutes and 26 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Lackland into the corner, trying to find Lovegrove, taken away by the Empire. Martinez, brilliant pass into the speedster, Mansoray. Mansoray's gonna put on the brakes. Sidekicks are wise to not let that young man run, because he can go from 0 to 60 and, well, I don't have a unit of measure for that, but the man's fast, let's put it that way. You don't play collegiate soccer and run track if you're a slowpoke. That goes without saying. And with the way Mansoray's playing, the confidence that he has, Dallas was wise to not give him any space to make a run. In from Palmer into Orozco. Orozco. And he's not going to be given any space, as Palmer has it right in the midfield. He's going to go back to the young keeper. Claims Guatemala and Riverside, California as his home. Brian Orozco playing for the Guatemalan national futsal team, not to mention U17 for Guatemalan Giants Comunicaciones, a team that features consistently in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Threaded in. Strykers trying to find any kind of space, and credit the defense of Dallas. There's a shot fired. That misses off the Skinny Pop sign. I've referenced it on a number of occasions. Skinny Pop popcorn. I love some Skinny Pop popcorn right about now. Perhaps we could have a conversation about potential sponsorships for the MASL, but that's a conversation to be had at a later date as Robert Palmer goes over to De Leon. 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Next dead ball should take us into the media timeout. Pass in from Stinson to Oliveira. Oliveira bangs it off the wall. A shot! Lackland does get his hands on it, altering the trajectory of the shot as that ball goes just above the crossbar. And Stinson once again eyeing a brace. Down goes D'Souza. It's the second time within the last 3 minutes that we've seen Felipe fall to the turf. Valadez puts it into play. I know I said we'd be heading into immediate timeout. I stand corrected as Lackland goes into Anthony Powell. Powell did have a clean look at Brian Orozco about 3 or 4 minutes ago, but as he's done all day long against the Dallas Sidekicks, Brian Orozco has been a pest in the goal. Taken away by Bradley. Into Polo Hernandez. Hernandez puts on the brakes with Powell on him. Very smart play as he goes into Aguirre. Less than 7 remaining here in the second quarter. Ball gets advanced to Stinson. Stinson had Polo wide open to the right. He connects with him. Tough touch, but Bradley does regain possession. And that's going to enable the Strykers to restart, reset, and reassess here. Bradley calmly gets it over to Aguirre. Aguirre in his second stint with the Strykers. Last season, along with teammates George De Leon and Andy Reyes, were a part of the Texas Outlaws. Aguirre was a member of the Fury, the Ontario Fury, as they were called last week on Retro Night. Stinson goes to the right. Bradley has been plagued by groin injuries all season long. Shot fired by Stinson. That clickety-clank clanks off of the post. Elevating in and out of play. And folks, that's going to send us to that media timeout with 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The Empire still leading the Dallas Sidekicks by a score of 1-0. You are watching the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play. The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement. Because this season, the action is non-stop.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. MASL TV, subscribe today on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the second quarter at the Credit Union Texas Event Center. The Empire Strykers currently leading the Dallas Sidekicks by a score of 1-0, courtesy of the 30th goal of the season by Justin Stinson. The Empire Strykers were for a brief moment tied with the Dallas Sidekicks as far as shots on goal are concerned, with 7 apiece. The Empire started firing away at Parker Lackland, currently leading that statistical category 12-7 as that ball gets put into play. Dallas looking for any kind of an answer. Can the Empire strike back? Lackland is going to get in the way of Leo Espinosa. Espinosa, the newest member of the Empire Strikers, and what an impact he's had as Dave Bolliard's shot goes wide to the right. Recovered by De Leon. And the Strikers have looked very comfortable getting the ball out of their defensive third of the field. As Tony Della Torre looking for numbers. He's got Lovegrove on him, Jamie Lovegrove. Easily getting in the way of Della Torre, who was in his sophomore season playing indoor soccer. And there we have a whistle on the turf. Can't have a turf on the whistle. 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the half. D'Souza sees Robert Palmer, and when you're staring at a multi-time defender of the year, you're going to think twice about trying to fire that ball towards goal. As that's going to go from Moises back to Lackland. Lackland, as he has done for a couple of games now, has started the first half for the Dallas Sidekicks, and that second half has been taken over by Juancito himself, Juan Gamboa, a legend in the MASL as far as goalkeepers are concerned. So it'll be really interesting to see if Dallas Sidekicks coach Terry Woodbury decides to go to the grizzled veteran to deny the Empire Strikers what could be a shot at the playoffs. As it stands right now, if this score holds, which in the indoor world, I can't imagine does, the Empire Strikers will punch in their ticket to Oceanside, California. The Ron Newman Cup playoffs will start next Friday, less than a week from today. Can the Empire punch their ticket? They have not been in the postseason since 2021. Palmer into the right, a give and go. But getting in the way is Dallas. with an opportunity to run. D'Souza trying to get by Ciro. Ciro denying D'Souza. As Lackland did handle it, he had 1 foot outside of the box, 1 foot in the box. Either way, we've got a whistle on the turf with 3:53 remaining. The officials have been allowing the boys to play, and speaking of which, your officials for the day, Habib Hushman, Giovanni Martinez, Carlos De Dios, and Aaron Donahoe. At the yellow line, Lovegrove to the left, shot fired just above the crossbar. Ricochet's rebounded, taken away. Polo is going to put on the brakes. Polo Leopoldo Hernandez, one of several rookies that the Strykers do have this season, taken away by Powell. Into Lovegrove. Lovegrove looking to get by Palmer. Poked away. Recovered by Hernandez. His shot. Nestor Hernandez. Superman is back in the building once again for the Dallas Sidekicks. And he creates the equalizer. It is now 1-1. Let's take a look at that replay again. He fires it just to the bottom left, bottom right of Brian Orozco. And Nestor Hernandez changes the complexion of this game. We're hearing the moans, the groans, the sighs, and the whys here in Ontario as their former defender, beloved defender, Nestor Hernandez, hits the equalizer. The crowd in Allen, Texas is thrilled right now. 1-1 the score. The Empire Strikers, the Cardiac Kids this season, have now allowed the Dallas Sidekicks into the ball game. 3:25 remaining here in the second quarter. And we have contact with Lackland, and I believe that was Alami, but no whistle is called. The officials are allowing both teams to play. Lackland has it outside of his box, advancing it across the midfield, headed back by the Empire. Guzman with Alami on him, back over to Stinson. Stinson, he's gonna go down and draw the foul on Flavio Guzman. Stinson down on the turf. It looks like he had some contact to the shin. There we see the replay, and yes, no question about that. Guzman, and I'm not an official, but I didn't see a play on the ball there. Either way, the Strikers do have it with 3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Nestor Hernandez created the equalizer, and Andy Reyes is behind the miter ball with D'Souza in front of him, Guzman to the left of him, but he's got a wide open Alex Bradley. He defers to Stinson. Stinson shot saved by Lackland. Scrum by the Taki sign. Bradley trying to get through. Off the wall, a wall of score opportunity denied. De Leon trying to get it. Picked right back up by the Strikers. Bradley back over to Reyes. Reyes into Stinson. Stinson has been the Strikers' dynamo this entire season, and with Marco Fabian not in the lineup. Shot, and that's going to come off of Dallas. With Marco Fabian not in the lineup due to an illness, Stinson is the Strikers' biggest goal-scoring threat, along with Munir Alami, quite honestly, Abdul Mansoure and Robert Palmer, both of which have had incredible seasons offensively. For those tuning into the indoor game, the greatest show on turf for the first time, 1-1. Very low scoring line as Jamie Lovegrove hits it off the wall into Orozco. We've seen double-digit goals, double-digit games throughout the entirety of this MASL season. We got two teams battling it out here with only 2 goals between both competitors. This game absolutely matters for the Strikers. They cannot afford, in their final game of the season, to do anything other than obtain a regulation win. For the Dallas Sidekicks, there are no playoff hopes as that pass comes in to Tony Delatorre. His shot, upper right corner. Uncle Franz, say hello to Allen, Texas. Upper corner, because that's where you keep the good schnapps. Tony Delatorre with the goal! And that could not have come at a better time with less than 1:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Tony Delatorre notches what is his 4th goal of the 2024-2025 season. Quite the answer to Nestor Hernandez's equalizer. Lovegrove puts the ball into play, back into Hernandez. Hernandez, the lone goal scorer for the Dallas Sidekicks. Passes it up top to Teixeira. Teixeira in a Strykers sandwich. He's going to go down, and it looks like Randy Martinez, much to his surprise and chagrin, is going to be called for the foul with 1:15 remaining in the second. Restart for Lovegrove. Lovegrove looking around and weighing his options. Up top, shot fired. Look at the defense of Alan Perez. Another opportunity, shot saved by Orozco. Another one above the crossbar. Ball is loose. And we have a stoppage in play as Felipe De Souza holding his shin. Let's take a look and see what transpired there. Multiple opportunities. And it looks like he had some kind of contact with Alan Perez. Look at the display of sportsmanship by Brian Orozco. De Souza hobbling his way back to the Sidekicks bench. And he's clearly in an incredible amount of pain as the Sidekicks trainer is tending to him. De Souza is only in his 5th game of the 2024-25 season, but despite limited time playing, he's averaging 1.8 points per game. So that's going to create a timeout here and a stoppage in play with 1:05. Hopefully Felipe De Souza is all right. Hate to see anybody go down with any kind of an injury on any team. 1:05 remaining. 3 goals between the two sides. For the Empire, they struck first with Justin Stinson scoring the first goal of the game. In the second quarter, Nestor Hernandez created the equalizer. And then Tony Della Torre, with his 4th goal of the season, manages to put the Strykers up by a score of 2-1. And it's been quite intense in Allen, Texas. I said it at the top of the pregame, folks. 4th of July might be months away, but we are seeing fireworks here on the turf. 8-7, the shots on target between the two sides in the second quarter. 15 for the Strykers, 10 for the Dallas Sidekicks. There we see Jamie Lovegrove trying to inspire his team. Multiple parties going towards Felipe De Souza. Love to get an opportunity to see that replay again. I'm not quite exactly sure what kind of contact occurred between De Souza and Alan Perez. But there we see him getting up. Jamie Lovegrove is going to head on over to his Brazilian talisman just to help him up. And De Souza is back up, and he is walking, and he's going to get a round of applause from the crowd in Allen, Texas at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center. Him hobbling back to the Sidekicks bench is a good sign for Sidekicks head coach Terry Woodbury, who, by the way, a legend in his own right. He's in his first full year as the head coach of the Kicks. He was an assistant last season under Eddie Puskarich. As you all know, Eddie Puskarich was the head coach of the Texas Outlaws. Not saying was, he still is. As the season is still going, I'm not giving you any spoilers. It's just a poor choice of words. But as a player, Terry Woodbury, 3 stints as a player with the Sidekicks. And here's a man who does have a championship pedigree, as he's won as a soccer and as a sidekick. 1:05 remaining here in the half. Andy Reyes or Brian Orozco, one of the two, going to look to put the ball in play, as in front of them is Dave Bali. It's Soccer Dave. Reyes tries to go to the right. And Nestor Hernandez is there to make a play. Less than 60 seconds remaining here in the half. Pressure from Baliet, and he pokes it away. By he, I mean Andy Reyes. Back over to Orozco. Orozco in the danger zone. He's going to kick it in to Leo Espinosa as a target forward. He has been very tough to contend with. but he has not been given any clean looks by Dallas's defense. There's Stinson. Stinson with the touch. He fires it. Justin! The stinger! Stinson! Puts the Strykers up by 2 goals. Justin Stinson, take a bow. Unless Jorge Rios scored in Harrisburg, you are currently leading the Golden Boot race. To the right of Parker Lackland, the stinger, not to be denied, with 30.1 seconds remaining in the half. Justin Stinson, as it says on the screen, it says Co. Right now, he's the leader. But of course, going up against Chihuahua Savage is Jorge Rios, El Pareja. That's a tough person to go against. And again, keep in mind that Frank Tayu of the now Milwaukee Wave still very much in the race, as the Wave are going to host the St. Louis Ambush tomorrow. Can the Sidekicks fire off one more shot before the clock expires here in the half? Lovegrove advancing it in, deflected away. And a fan, and I got to credit the young fan, didn't think that he had a souvenir. I mean, I might have taken it and run myself, but that's just me. Owala, Anthony Powell, back over to Orozco. Orozco's going to settle in on it. And folks, we got some drama developing in Allen, Texas, as Justin Stinson with 2 goals and Tony Della Torre propel and power the Empire. Let's take a look at a couple of the replays there. That was Justin Stinson's last goal. The pass on over, there was Nestor Hernandez, who had the equalizer in the second quarter. Superman donning that gray Under Armour jersey. Tony Della Torre meeting my Uncle Franz for the second goal, and there's Stinson with a give and go. The touch bounces, deflects, and the Strykers are going to head into the locker room, currently up on the Dallas Sidekicks by a score of 3-1. It's halftime, folks. We're going to take a break. You take a break. Highlights to come. See you in a moment. You are watching MASL TV.
Every business is different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. From streamlining accounts receivables to maintaining access to working capital, a trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. At B1 Bank, I know I have access to commercial banking experts who care about the needs of my business and can guide me to accomplish my goals. B1 Bank knows that managing your business isn't simple, but they can help you make it uncomplicated.
Wait, 6 call, runway 26 right, we're on.
Since 1986, Soccer Spectrum has been serving the Dallas community with competitive soccer, great food, laughs, and a home away from home. Here at Soccer Spectrum, we offer the full soccer experience. We host and organize adult indoor and outdoor soccer leagues, youth leagues, watch parties, soccer camps, and birthday parties. Our facility has everything you need to enjoy our beautiful game and create friendships that will last a lifetime. What are you waiting for? Join our community today. Soccer Spectrum, the official practice facility of the Dallas Sidekicks.
Shoot! He scores!
Welcome back, everybody. This is MASL in 5. I'm Alex Bastivanti. It is great to see you again. I'm going to break down everything that's gone down in the league for you over the past week, and I just need 5 minutes to do it. Let's go.
Watching Nick Pereira dribble a soccer ball at his feet is like watching the running of the Bulls in Spain.
Good stop.
Here's Correa with a strike. The Stars take the 4-3 lead. Adrian Correa.
The Tacoma Stars absolutely needed to win both their games in a home-and-home series against Kansas City last weekend to stay in the playoff race, and they did just that, knocking off the Comets in Tacoma in the first game 4-3, and then in the return engagement back in Missouri 5-4. The Stars enter this weekend having gone 8-2 in their last 10. The team chasing them, the St. Louis Ambush, have to win out their schedule as well, and they came up with a huge Texas sweep, dropping both the Dallas Sidekicks and Texas Outlaws to stay in the hunt. St. Louis has won 4 straight and 7 of 10. And the stakes were high in Empire last Sunday. The Strykers were trying to grab the first overall seed in the playoffs, while Empire is suddenly faltering and could possibly miss the playoffs. Strykers legend Craig Charles recorded his 300th career MASL goal. Empire rallied back from a 6-1 deficit, but ultimately lost 9-8 in overtime. So, where do things stand as we enter the final weekend of regular season play? Well, San Diego leads Chihuahua by a point, but the Savage have a game in hand, so control their own destiny. The only teams that haven't sewn up a playoff berth are Empire, Tacoma, and St. Louis. Look at the 7, 8, 9 in the standings. St. Louis 2 points out, but have a game in hand. So they control their own destiny if they can win their last 2 games. If they win out and Tacoma wins, but Empire loses, the Strykers could miss the playoffs. So let's look at games with massive playoff ramifications this weekend. The Ambush have a home-and-home with Milwaukee. They're in St. Louis Friday, then back in Wisconsin on Sunday. Frank Taillou cannot play in those 2 games as part of the trade condition of him going from St. Louis to Milwaukee. This game on Sunday between Tacoma and San Diego could decide everything for Tacoma's playoff chances and San Diego's drive to finish first and win home floor advantage if they were to make the championship final. And Chihuahua has 2 games in Harrisburg to finish the campaign, and to ensure they get first place, they need to win both games against the Heat. It's as simple as that. Oh, the drama. And of course, the playoffs kick off next weekend in San Diego at the Front Wave Center. The quarterfinals take place Friday, April 4th. The semis the next day, Saturday, April 5th. It's going to be epic. For ticket information, visit frontwavearena.com and maslsoccer.com. Players of the week now brought to you by Green Drop. Chris Toth in goal. Correa defensively, his teammate. And on offense, Justin Stinson from the Empire Strykers. Let's start things off with Stinson, who had a ridiculous week. 6 goals, 2 hat tricks for the boys in purple. Stinson has just been so ridiculously good all season long. For Empire on defense, it is Correa, who had 2 goals for Tacoma, plus 7 blocks in those 2 Stars wins. And in goal, his teammate, Chris Toth. Fantastic week once again. 35 saves, 1 assist in those 2 Tacoma wins. Time now for some of the top plays from the past week.
Now, Coughlin, he's going to run it up into the offensive end, and Coughlin is going to score.
2-goal lead against the Blast, and once again the Wave wins, and they're in.
What a shot there from Aber Spina.
Harrisburg did a good job momentarily to keep that up front. Long chip, it goes in!
Will he be the goalkeeper to make the save? Childs, welcome to the 300 Club, Craig Childs.
So far, it's going to be a chance here. And a shot, and a goal!
Step.
Here's Correa with a strike. The Stars take the 4-3 lead. Adrian Correa.
11 goals, 5 assists for 16 points. Right back to the Wave!
Hansen. Oh, out of position to go. Oh! What a goal! That should go down as your goal of the year.
And that is a wrap for this week's show. But just remember, all throughout the MASL season, to stay up to date on everything that's going on with the league, be sure to check out the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Mealtimes are having a moment. a flavorful moment, a moment that's full of golden fried happiness and totally crave-worthy. One that has citrus grilled deliciousness, puts a twist on the classics, and packed with so much flavor that there's something for everyone. A moment you can only discover with the one-of-a-kind chicken and sides of Pollo Campero, crafted to taste like home.
The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement, because this season, the action is non-stop.
When hail damages your car, you need a repair company you can trust. That's where Total Hail Solutions comes in. As North Texas's top auto hail repair company, we're committed to bringing your vehicle back to its best, fast, and hassle-free. And now, as the official dent company of the Dallas Sidekicks, we're offering $500 cash back on all repairs for Sidekicks fans. Simply bring in your ticket and let us take care of the rest. Total Hail Solutions, trusted, reliable, and ready to help you drive confidently again.
We know that there are teams out there that have their own arenas, but how many teams can legitimately say they have their own bar? We were at the Crossbar at the Ontario International Airport Hotel, a bar dedicated towards the Empire Strykers. My name is Christian Filliman, better known as Philly, and I have the honor and privilege to be with Strykers managing partner and president of the Major Arena Soccer League, Jeff Burham. Jeff, welcome to halftime.
Welcome. Thank you. That's what I'm supposed to say? Yep. No,
Well,
thank you.
You grace us with your presence. Look, this has been a wild season, an incredible one, but as president of the MASL, talk to us about how you've interpreted this year to be thus far.
You know, it's a year that we've been really trying to grow this league, bring in standards, both of conduct of our membership, but really the broadcast, fan base, social media. We continue to try the best that we can. You know, we certainly talk about it on the board calls regularly on what we can do to make this sport not only better for broadcast, but for the fan-centric, right? To bring the fans engaged in our game, to make them understand what we're trying to do and get them to support us as we grow.
Now, much to the chagrin of MASL fans, we're not the NFL, the NBA, and we're looking to get to that level. That's how ambitious we are. Jeff, talk to us about some of the challenges we've faced in the Major Arena Soccer League this year.
So, I mean, people, want us to go on all these major broadcasts. We've been blessed in the last year through, I think, St. Patrick's Day till now to be on CBS Sports Golazo. They're a major partner. They love the sport. But it also requires, a standard of broadcast, calling of games, the quality of the images that we put out. All those are things that people that have been fans of ours for years are used to dealing with, sometimes when there are mistakes. But in order to go to the next level, you've got to standardize it. You've got to have a standard, either SRT or RTMP feed, and you've got to have a receipt on the endpoint that people can actually receive. So that's why CBS beta tested. They've been taking, select games in the league where they could count on the broadcast and the bit rate being put out. There are a lot of technical issues that people don't understand that are fans to go to the next level to do international broadcasts. The first time in, 40 years that the, indoor professional soccer in the United States has been broadcast internationally all over the world. I mean, it's not easy. But we've got some great owners in this league that are supporting this growth, understand the new standards we've got to raise to, and we're out there trying to get sponsors to help us get there.
And speaking of owners, Phil Salvaggio, owner of the San Diego Sockers, built Front Wave Arena. They're going to be hosting the playoffs, a brand new arena. If we're going to talk about the NFL, we talk about the SoFis, the Allegiants. There's a playoff bubble happening in Oceanside, California. Talk to us about how that transpired, and will that be something, a bubble that will be occurring in the future, perhaps maybe even Ontario being a host of that?
You know, it's a test that we're trying. You know, we did it obviously during the COVID years. You know, it's not inexpensive to fly teams around this world, you know, in our country, but internationally, you know, on 3 or 4 days notice when you advance to the next round. This was a way to lessen cost, put it in a bubble, reward a guy that spent, you know, tons of millions of dollars to build an arena to advance our sport. So like the NFL, you know, MLB, you get a new stadium, you get the Super Bowl. We gave them a bubble to try it out and to try to bring in a major sponsor, of which we have, that we'll be announcing this coming week when the contract is signed. Pray that the contract gets signed, but as of right now, we have an agreement with a major branding company that's going to be unveiling a new product that they're putting out to the world in front of you all during our broadcasts.
I'm going to give you a yes or no question with 10 seconds remaining. You feeling good about today's game?
Listen, we have a great young team. You know, we got Brian Orozco, 23-year-old, great goalkeeper. We got Justin Simpson fighting for the Golden Boot. I know this team is going to win this game.
Folks, you heard it from the president of the MASL and managing partner of the Empire Strikers, Jeff Burnham. Thank you so much. Back in a moment for the start of the third quarter. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV. Back here for the start of the third quarter in Allen, Texas at the Credit Union of the Credit Union of Texas Event Center. Got a little tongue-tied there. The Empire Strikers currently leading the Dallas Sidekicks by a score of 3-1. We'll take a look at our stats. The Strikers, 16 shots on goal to the Sidekicks 10. It's been an entertaining back and forth endeavor, as you see the Dallas Sidekicks cheerleaders on the turf. Seen some splendid goalkeeping. We've seen some splendid defense by Parker Lackland as he makes that save, but we've seen some goals, multiple goals, coming by way of Strikers talisman Justin Stinson. He's on a brace, and Tony Della Torre getting his 4th goal of the season for the Dallas Sidekicks. Their goal comes by way of former member of the Empire Strikers / Ontario Fury, Nestor Hernandez. The dime for Dallas goes to Jamie Lovegrove, his 20th of the season. Jamie the Gent now with 20 goals and 20 assists on the season. Y'all can do the math. With plenty more action left, this is going to be an entertaining game. Sidekicks and Strikers, who's going to come out victorious? The Strikers need that regulation win to secure a spot in the playoffs, their first playoff position since 2021, and we are underway. Folks, if you can hear it in my voice, it's hoarse, of course, because I love this indoor game, and I hope y'all do too. The greatest show on turf. Jamie Lovegrove finds space. And we have a goalkeeper change for the Empire Strikers. Clayson DeLima comes in to start the third quarter for Brian Orozco, who's really had a tremendous effort for the Empire in the first half. Clayson DeLima, a former goalkeeper of the year. He achieved that attribute in the 2021 season when the Strikers made it all the way to the MASL Ron Newman Cup Finals, where they lost. Shot fired, that just misses. The Sidekicks, who normally would defer the third quarter and fourth to Juan Gamboa, are sticking with Parker Lackland. Lackland in his 2nd year with the Kicks, his 2nd year in the MASL. Out of Richardson, Texas, Shot by DeLima. That one is well outside. Lackland, who played collegiately at the University of Memphis, go Tigers. 44 games played at a .672 save percentage. And also played with the Texas Spurs in the UPSL. He is going to be tasked with trying to defend the Sticks against a hungry Empire Strykers team. Alami looking to advance it. He gets right by Jamie Lovegrove with numbers, with space. Alami fires it. That's going to deflect off of the boots of Bradley Valadez. Talk about a fun alliteration with that one. Triple B, number 88. There's Bradley going over to Nestor Hernandez. Hernandez, the lone goal scorer for the Dallas Sidekicks. Got his goal distributed to him by Jamie Lovegrove. Felipe De Souza back into the game, if you would recall, towards the end of the second quarter. He did take a knock in a 50-50 ball with Alan Perez of the Empire Strykers, and he went down, tended to by the trainers. But it's nice to see De Souza back into the game, averaging 1.8 points per game in the 4 games that he's competed in this year. Back in 2021, that was his most significant campaign in the MASL in his career. DeLima into Palmer. Palmer back into De La Torre. De La Torre clearly earning more playing time after that goal that he scored. Anthony Powell still with it. And the Sidekicks maintain possession. About 2 minutes and change have expired thus far in the third quarter. The Empire Strykers currently lead the Sidekicks by a score of 3-1. Lackland's opportunity, his distribution, was deflected by Leo Espinosa, but it comes in to Nestor Hernandez. His shot off. And Clayson DeLima is going to settle in on it. Clayson DeLima, as we mentioned, a former goalkeeper of the year in the MASL, having a shared time in between the Sticks with Brian Orozco and Brandon Gomez. 2 keepers that have managed to find the back of the net in the $1 Million Man head coach Onuo Obasi's system. Valadez boots it over to Lackland as Lackland gets it over to Bradley, taken away by the Empire. George De Leon, in his return to the Lone Star states, "The stars at night are big and bright, cha-cha-cha-cha, deep in the heart of Texas." I never grow tired of singing that anthem. I credit the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure for teaching me about the Alamo and, of course, that song. Pass comes in to Justin Stinson on the right. He fires it right into Parker Lackland. Rolls it on over through with nobody there. Recovered by De Leon as he passes it back to his teammate Stinson. 4 minutes have expired here in the third quarter. Aguirre into Stinson. Stinson with I apologize, not Stinson, yet Stinson with Guzman on him. Gonna pass it into Aguirre. Aguirre, who started his professional career with the youth club of Liga MX side Atlas and Club Deportivo Toluca. Also competed with the Mexican Arena team. Last year, 24 games played, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points, but Manuel Aguirre has been even more solid in his stint this year with the Empire Strykers. Aguirre connects with Polo Hernandez. Polo. Folks, if I could selfishly say, I've been dying for a Marco Polo goal call, but you won't see Marco Fabian. Opportunity just misses. The ball gets put into play. Mansoret tried to connect with Polo. Might have been a Polo Mansa call. But for those wondering, Marco Fabian is not in the game, out due to illness. And that is a huge loss for the Empire Strykers. But with the ability that Justin Stinson has produced, his shot just misses wide right. Ricochets rebounded by Palmer. Zero in the header. Ball is loose. Picked right back up by the Kicks. Recovered by Alami. Alami connects with Stinson. Stinson gets it stripped by Guzman. But Alan Perez recovers. Alan Perez, 4th year in the Empire. Out of Van Nuys, California. That's down the road from where yours truly lives. Burbank, California. a product of Taft College and UC Riverside in the Big West. Alan Perez last season, a breakout year with 9 goals, 13 assists, 22 points. His efforts have been solid and consistent this year, but has not had the offensive workload that Fabian, Stinson, Alami, Palmer, and Mansoret have had, but a key component to the Strykers offense this season. If y'all recall the game pinball, that's exactly what you're looking at here as Anthony Powell recovers. Powell connects with Nestor. Nestor's gonna go backwards. In to Rodriguez. And the Strykers have held the lion's share of possession here in the third quarter. Strykers have everything to play for in this game. A regulation win seals the deal for them to get to the postseason. Plenty to talk about as far as that narrative is concerned. The Strykers hold an all-time record of 13-2 against the Sidekicks, which include a 1-0 record in shootout overtime decisions and a 2-0 record in playoff matches. Balliet into Valadez, the double Bs, the killer Bs of the Dallas Sidekicks. The two sides' first meeting ever was back during the 2013-2014 season. A lot of history between these two sides, and that dates back to the PASL days. Munir Alami. Munir shot saved by Lackland. Lackland was not lackluster in his ability to deny the rookie out of Morocco, but he connects with it, he collects it, his shot fires through, he just misses. De Leon gets stripped. And then we're gonna have a foul called on De Leon as he's gonna help up Felipe Silva. Lovegrove puts the ball back into play, intercepted by the Strykers. The Strykers have been all over it. As Alex Bradley gets stripped. Dangerous man on the ball, Felipe De Souza has it with a give and go. Aguirre's gonna close in on him along with Bradley. Lovegrove's shot, ricochets, bounces away into Polo. Polo is gonna bounce it into Lackland. And the sophomore keeper out of Richardson, Texas is gonna connect with Silva. Silva back over to Lackland. Lackland into the right, connects with Anthony Powell. Powell gets by Polo, but Polo tracks back. The Strykers fighting valiantly for it, but Dallas regains possession. 6:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Ball back into Silva. Silva, looks like Lovegrove took a shot. No question about that. He did take a forearm. It was Emmanuel Aguirre trying to help up Jamie the Gent. Got nothing but love for Jamie Lovegrove here in Southern California. There you see the battle. Looks like he took a poke in from Polo Hernandez. Lovegrove not going to go down without reason. Out of Crawley, England, featured for Crawley Town FC back in 2006 through 2008. Played with the Doncaster Rovers. And I'm willing to challenge any MESL broadcaster. Do any of y'all have a Doncaster Rovers jersey? Because I sure as heck do. If any of y'all do, hey, we could have another conversation. Pass comes into Silva with space. Silva shot comes off of Mansoret. De Lima kicks it out of the danger zone. Shout out to Kenny Loggins. That pass coming into Silva. Silva up top. Shot fired just by the Dr. Pepper sign. Very close call from Moises Hernandez. Aguirre into Moises. What a pass. In. 1-on-1 opportunity. Leo shot saved by Lackland. Lackland levies the tax on Leo. And with 5:25 remaining here in the third quarter, we're going to go to immediate timeout, folks. As I've said time and time again this season, don't you dare go anywhere.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Mealtimes are having a moment. A flavorful moment. A moment that's full of golden fried happiness and totally crave-worthy. One that has citrus grilled deliciousness, puts a twist on the classics, and packed with so much flavor that there's something for everyone. A moment you can only discover with the one-of-a-kind chicken and sides of Pollo Campero, crafted to taste like home.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Capelli Sports is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. The all-new MASL fan store will be launching soon. Folks, I love to collect jerseys. I love to collect scarves. Hopefully y'all will too with this MASL fan store. And by the way, I need a few more jerseys and scarves, and I will reach out to the teams that I need them from. I do have a lot of jerseys and a lot of scarves, and I got to give a big shout-out to the Harrisburg Heat. They produce some of the coolest jerseys. The ugly sweater one, the St. Patrick's Day one, good stuff. 5 minutes and 25 remaining here in the third quarter. Strykers up on the kicks by a score of 3-1. It's been an intense and engaging battle between both sides in the Credit Union at Texas Event Center. Pass with a bicycle kick. That just misses. De Leon with the touch. George, the worm, worms it past Parker Lachlan with the score now 4-1. George De Leon picking up a huge goal in his return to the Lone Star State. Let's take a look at that again. Ball comes loose. The touch, the precision, the poise, the calmness. George De Leon getting a huge goal, putting the Strykers up by a score of 4-1. With that goal, De Leon now registers his 8th goal of the season. To go along with 8 assists, he is now at 16 points in this 24-25 campaign. Sometimes I have to question myself when I tell y'all what year it is, because I still don't have me a hoverboard. Nestor Hernandez advancing it across the midfield, connecting with his brethren, Jamie Lovegrove. Both those two did connect to the lone goal that the Dallas Sidekicks have in this ball game. At one point, the Kicks did have the equalizer. Mansour's shot. That went in, and I apologize for the mistake. Abdul Mansour, his 4th goal in 3 games. Let's take a look at that again. Beating Parker Lachlan on the right side, right down the middle through the 405, on his way back to the Ontario International Airport Hotel, which is where we're hanging out at the crossbar. Abdul Mansour puts the Strykers up by a commanding lead of 5-1. Folks, that happened oh so quick. I blinked my eye. Abdul Mansour was already gone delivering goals. That's how fast the young man from England, who spent his time collegiately in Wilmington, Delaware, operates. The header cleared away by the Strykers. Mansour so fast that he beat the announcer. And by the announcer, obviously, I am taking a hint at myself. Pass comes into Brian Orozco, who checks back into the game for Clayson DeLima. Strykers with a very convincing performance here in the third quarter. Abdul Mansour, 4 goals in his last 3. Tremendous output, his 11th goal on the season. Abdul Mansour with career highs. So many members of the Empire Strykers this season have had career highs. Coming into this game, the Strykers were number 4 in the MASL for goals for. There's been a lot of talk about head coach Anu Obasi's system. And yes, it produces goals, it produces results. Ball is loose, kicked off of the wall. Strykers have it. The pass in from Alami, saved by Lackland. Stinson has it into the corner. Collected back by Alami as he is being pulled off of the ball. I apologize, De Leon. So many things happening at such a quick time. I need to settle in myself. What a game we have here in Allen, Texas. Big performance here for the Empire Strykers. I've said it on multiple occasions. Looking to clinch their first postseason since 2021. Into Ciro. Ciro's shot just misses. Recovered by Alami. Alami back over to Ciro. Ciro's shot. He misses. Clinkety clank clank off of the right post. The Strykers do recover and they reset. Less than 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Pass gets threaded through into Stinson. Stinson into De Leon. Over to Orozco. Orozco has scored some bangers of goals this season. Does he have another one in him? Another trick up his sleeve? Still plenty more action with a quarter remaining and 2:33 here in the third. Andy Reyes gets the ball, passed right back to him. Aguirre goes to the left. Kicked away, another opportunity. Blocked by the Sidekicks. Recovered by the Strykers. The Strykers have been imposing their ways here in Texas. Emmanuel Aguirre, what a play, denying Soccer Dave of what could have been an open net. Less than 2 here in the third quarter.
Everybody clap your hands.
Aguirre to Stinson. Stinson shot. Goes wide, recovered. And the Strykers just maintaining possession, the lion's share of possession. You can see that they're feeling it, but of course with so much time to go, they cannot allow themselves to take their foot off the gas. Shot by Aguirre, goes wide to the right bottom line. Espinosa goes down. The official not blowing his whistle, the game continues on. Espinosa, realizing that the official not going to put a stoppage in play, quickly runs back to the Strykers bench. 70 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Pass comes in to Jamie Lovegrove. Lovegrove into Hernandez. When those two have connected, there's been magic all season long. Valadez from Love to Lovegrove. Lovegrove over to Hernandez. Hernandez into D'Souza. Goes down. Sandwiched in between the Strykers. Stinson with a counter. An opportunity with less than a minute remaining. Stinson's shot comes off of the back of Lovegrove. And he's going to head it back to Ciro. Ciro over to Palmer. Palmer into Stinson. 31 seconds remaining. Over to Palmer. Palmer going to put on the brakes. Connects with Ciro. Through ball into Stinson. Stinson goes to the left. Shot fired. Goal! Another goal for the Empire Strykers. George De Leon with the deuce. His second goal of the game, putting the Strykers up by a commanding lead of 6-1. Upper right corner, Uncle Franz. Say hello to the Dallas Sidekicks. De Leon, his second goal of the game. His 9th goal of the season. 6-1 the score in Allen, Texas for the Strykers. 22.3 seconds remaining. And I'm not yelling loud just because I'm at the crossbar at the Ontario Airport Hotel at the Strykers watch party. Lot going on here in the Empire. Guzman gets that ball stripped away from him by Palmer. Lovegrove. That pass comes in, and there's a foul on the turf. 9.2 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. George De Leon puts the Strykers up by a score of 6-1. There we see him passing into Ciro. He's going to put on the brakes, going to the midfield. And folks, That concludes the third quarter in Allen, Texas. The Empire are up by 5 goals against the Sidekicks. The score 6-1. Back in a moment for the start of the fourth quarter. You are watching the MASL on MASL TV.
Every business is different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. From streamlining accounts receivables to maintaining access to working capital, a trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. At B1 Bank, I know I have access to commercial banking experts who care about the needs of my business and can guide me to accomplish my goals. B1 Bank knows that managing your business isn't simple, but they can help you make it uncomplicated.
Hailstorms can cause devastating damage to your home. But what if you could protect it with the best? Introducing Total Storm Solutions, installers of the hail-proof roofing system. Not only will you shield your home from costly future damage, but you'll also increase its value and save on your insurance premiums. Total Storm Solutions is proud to sponsor your Dallas Sidekicks and offer free shingle upgrades when you mention this ad. Protect your home today. Visit TotalStormSolutions.com to learn more.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. MASL Mondays, catch it Monday, every Monday night on MASL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Boszczywanski and Phil Ivanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. If you disagree with a call tonight, you might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Ivanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. Strykers, if this result holds, there's playoffs in the future. And speaking of playoffs, tickets are available. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs, April 6th through the 8th. Visit FrontWaveArena.com to reserve your seats today. Folks, my name's Christian Philly Filliman. If you think I've been smoking a pack of cigarettes with the way my voice is hoarse, that's not the case. Been a lot of goals today, 7 between the two teams, but the lion's share coming by the Strykers. 10 shots to the Sidekicks 1. George DeLeon with 2 goals. Abdul Mansoure with 1 goal puts the Empire up by 5 as they come into the final quarter of their final game of the MASL season. Playoffs on the line. Can the Strykers punch their ticket into the postseason, or will Dallas find another speed and find their way back into this game? Alami to the left. Pass comes over to Stinson. Stinson with a shot, saved. Juan Gamboa checks into the game for Parker Lackland. Normally Gamboa would come in within the third quarter for the sophomore Lackland, but head coach of the Sidekicks, Terry Woodbury, opting to go towards his veteran as his team is down by 5 with 1 quarter remaining. Alex Bradley barrels it off of the wall, but we have a stoppage in play. 13:51 remaining in the ball game. Final game of the regular season for both sides. Robert Palmer, the captain of the Empire Strykers, puts the ball into play. That shot, goal! Empire! Look at the pass, the thread through. Leo with the layup, Espinosa. Robert Palmer Goes into De Leon, into Leo, the legend, creating a legend for himself. The Strykers go up by a score of 7-1. George De Leon not only finding goals into today's game, he is establishing himself as a dime-dishing dynamo into this ball game. The Strykers are up by 6, and you can sense it in the Inland Empire. A shot at the postseason, a trip to Oceanside, potentially in their future if they can hold on to this lead with less than 14 remaining in the fourth. Ball gets intercepted by Jamie Lovegrove. Lovegrove battled off of the ball by Tony Delatorre, recovered by Mansoret. Mansoret with a 3-on-2. Scratch that as Anthony Powell tracks back. Tony Delatorre now with Valadez on him. Delatorre's shot off of the Skinny Pop popcorn sign. Love me some Skinny Pop. And that goes to show you how hungry I am at this present moment in time. Mansoret recovers. Mansoret with the footwork. His shot to the right of Gamboa. Picked right back up by Polo. Polo goes down, and the official is going to blow his whistle as Polo Hernandez hits the deck. Let's take a look at this again. He slips as Valadez trips him. Actually, I can't say he slipped if he got tripped. That is the announcer's mistake there. Polo, a rookie out of Sacramento, California. Another product of Taft College and UC Riverside. Let's not forget the fact that he played with Sacramento Republic's youth side. Is you have a timeout on the turf taken by Robert Palmer. Strykers up 7-1, 12:57 remaining here in the fourth quarter. I'm all out of reads, folks, so you're just going to have to bear with me. I'm just going to rattle things to my content. If you take a look over in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, about an hour away, not even, from Chocolatetown, USA, the Chihuahua Savage up on the Heat by a score of 3-2. That's been a very entertaining game of indoor soccer. Chihuahua Savage battling with the San Diego Sockers for that MASL Shield. And so these are the only two games going on today. Tomorrow's docket has a plethora of indoor games as the Kansas City Comets are going to head into Baltimore to take on the Blast. The Outlaws at Utica to take on UCFC. Chihuahua sticks around the capital of Pennsylvania to take on the Heat. The Ambush in a huge game against the Milwaukee Wave. That's going to be a big, big game for the Ambush. Jules, the head coach of the Milwaukee Wave, is going to get his jersey retired. Lord knows he's not going to allow his Milwaukee Wave team to lose to the St. Louis Ambush, currently on a 5-game winning streak, the best in franchise history. And the main event of the evening at 6:05 Pacific Standard Time, the Tacoma Stars head into Oceanside to take on the San Diego Sockers. Is there playoff potential for Tacoma? Well, you got to tune in. A lot of action going on. And there you see the crossbar at the Ontario International Airport Hotel. Folks, your eyes aren't deceiving you. You see a panda in the mix along with plenty of Strykers supporters. They're feeling it right here. There you see the logo, the crossbar. The San Diego Sockers may have their own arena, but the Empire Strykers have their own bar in a pretty darn snazzy hotel. And folks, for those wanting to check out Empire Strykers games, the Ontario International Airport Hotel is your place to be. 12 minutes and 57 seconds remaining as we are resume play. Stinson's shot comes off of the back of the Sidekicks. Ball gets launched into the air, headed from Aguirre into Palmer. That ball comes into the corner to Leo Espinosa. Leo has been quite the find for the Empire Strykers. Playing professionally in Chile, he came on late in the season, and if you look at his statistics, they've been incredible since he has joined the Strykers. Brian Orozco still in between the sticks for the Strykers. Espinosa registered his 7th goal of the season. Look, he's played in 9 games. 9 games, he scored 7 goals and 3 assists. If this isn't a man of the future for the MASL, then I don't know what is. There is continuous dialogue as to outdoor players finding the transition into indoor. Baleo Espinosa with his futsal background has found it. What a shot. Empty net. Nobody home as that ricochets off of the plexi. Recovered by De Leon. De Leon playing in one of his finest performances for the Empire Strikers. Clearly motivated, as he has been through his entirety of his career. But for him to go back to his home state of Texas, to have had the performance that he's had today, it's been utterly impressive. Numbers for the Empire, I take that back as we have a whistle on the turf. 11:34 remaining. And that's going to give me a moment to chill here. Let's take a look at the replay. Dave Bali, it looks like he just got pushed off of the ball by Robert Palmer. Nothing too malicious or egregious. Andy Reyes puts the ball back into play, connecting with his captain, Robert Palmer. Pass into Alami. Alami with several nice touches. Open look, shot saved by Gamboa, denying Andy Reyes. And that's exactly why Dallas Sidekicks head coach opted to go to Juancito. When your keeper makes plays like that, you need to keep him in to the game. Not that Parker Lackland wasn't making the saves, but that was a veteran save by Juancito. Pass into Hernandez. Hernandez with space to move. His shot saved by Orozco. Nestor Hernandez, the only goal scorer. Jamie Lovegrove wearing the 6th attacker jersey. And a pretty 6th attacker jersey, if I might say so myself. Those tuning in for the first time to indoor soccer, yeah, think of the 6th attacker as a hockey pulling your goalkeeper scenario. Errant pass recovered by the Kicks. Hernandez out of Chicago, Illinois. Had an impressive collegiate career in the NAIA, playing for Lewis College. A veteran of the indoor game. He's played for some teams. And he has had a tremendous season defensively, and his last couple of games he's managed to be an offensive threat for the Kicks as well. His attempt comes off, broken away. That ball has the trajectory. Guzman's going to come back. And Guzman's going to go down. It looks like that's going to be a foul on the Strykers. No question about that. 10 minutes and 1 second as the official puts the ball back into the hands of Jamie Lovegrove. Folks, for those who wonder, the 6th attacker, while in the box, does have the opportunity to touch the ball. D'Souza, ball is loose, punched out by Orozco. No whistle, no foul getting called on the turf as well. Orozco was turned into a sandwich by the Sidekicks. Pass into Martinez. Randy Martinez, his shot. Randy Martinez in his sophomore season puts the Strikers up by another goal. Randy Martinez. Let's take a look at that again. Randy Martinez muscles that bad boy in. 7th goal of the season. And look at that crowd at the crossbar. They clearly feel confident about their Empire Strikers as they gave a nice golf clap towards Randy Martinez. Either way, you slice or dice it. Martinez, 7th goal of the season. And unless the roof falls on top of the Empire Strikers, this should be an Empire decision. But as we know in indoor soccer, folks, to quote the great Yogi Berra, it ain't over till it's over. Nestor gets his pocket picked by Bradley. Once again, the counter is on. Shots. Oh, just above and out of the plexi. Empire has been all over it in Allen, Texas. What a commanding performance. 9:14 remaining in the 4th quarter. So from what I'm hearing, if the Empire Strikers clinch today, they'll be sitting in that 7th spot. Still, with another day of indoor soccer to be had, plenty to be determined, plenty to be figured out. And there's going to be an interesting battle between Chihuahua and San Diego for that shield. Looks like we're going to get a 3-line infraction. So, at the yellow line, Strykers will have it. So as per our production staff, a win in regulation clinches 7. Robert Palmer, right at that yellow line. There you see Berto looking to propel his team in. Shot by De Leon, missed. Picked up by Espinosa. Espinosa into Stinson. Stinson shot just misses. Clanks it off of the crossbar. Not the crossbar, the post. He would have hit it higher if it was the crossbar. The pass into Gamboa. Gamboa releases it into Anthony Powell. Powell exhibiting some fancy footwork. Advances the ball. There's the shot. And a goal for the Dallas Sidekicks. What an incredible goal. Flavio Guzman with the turnaround. Finds the back of the net. That's got to be one of your goals of the week. A sensational goal by number 6, his 3rd of the season. And the Dallas Sidekicks cut into the lead. The score, 8-2. Let's take a look at that again. With space to burn. Guzman, what a shot. Beats Brian Orozco. Guzman, out of Dallas, Texas, product of Dallas College, Richland, transferred to Midwestern State University, and what a goal. Can this be the shift in dynamics for the Sidekicks? As it has been Empire throughout the entirety of this matchup. Picked up by the Kicks. Kicks looking to run. What a pass to the left, off of the wall. Ciro picks it right back up for the Empire. Ciro Oliveira, who is only 3 days shy of meeting me on my birthday, although he was born on the year that I graduated high school. I've never felt so old in my life. But either way, Ciro makes the play on the ball. Empire up by a score, 8-2. I had to throw that in there. I saw the birth date and I got really excited for a second. But the minute I saw 1998, that's literally what my varsity jacket had on its sleeve. 98, because that's the year I graduated high school. That's exactly why I'm standing here talking about a game as opposed to being on the turf playing a game. And Lord knows if I was playing a game, well, the result might be different. And I'm just being told by one of our producers, Shalette, who said to me that he was born in 03. So the hits keep on coming for yours truly, folks. Strykers currently leading the Dallas Sidekicks by a score 8-2. It's been a fun one if you're a fan of the Strykers. It's been a tough season if you're fans of the Dallas Sidekicks. If this result holds, and there's still plenty of time, Dallas will have an exact mirror image of how they finished last season. The Kicks finished 6-18-0 last year. If this result holds, they will once again finish 6-18-0. Very challenging in Allen, Texas. This is the team that has a significant amount of history, a proud tradition. And with all the changes in coaching, all the changes in personnel that they've had, it's been a rough one for fans of the Dallas Sidekicks. But if you're fans of the Empire Strykers, then finally your faith could potentially be rewarded. Result holds. First playoff berth since 2021. So the officials are at the monitor. And this is not the media timeout that you're thinking that we're about to have. Challenge flag is out on the turf. And so whatever the challenge flag was, it was denied. So folks, for those of you wondering, when the challenge flag gets issued out on the turf, the officials have the obligation to go to the monitor. If they go to the monitor, review it, and they feel that the challenge is denied, well, The team that throws the challenge flag no longer has the challenge flag. If that challenge flag were to be awarded, then the team would keep the challenge flag in regulation. But either way, the Strykers do have the ball just outside of their offensive third of the turf. The captain, Robert Palmer, set to put the ball into play. Connects with Justin Stinson. Stinson got the offense going early on in the first quarter for the Strykers. Off of the wall from Orozco. Shot just comes off the Dr. Pepper sign. Just what the doctor ordered. If I could selfishly say, well, I'll take a moment before I say anything. Stinson to the right. Dr. Pepper. I'm one of the few people that I personally know that's been to that museum in Waco, Texas. And speaking of Waco, Texas, George DeLeon, the famous son of Waco, Texas, put that ball into play, but it comes out of the field of regulation. And that's going to take us finally to immediate timeout. 7:33 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Strykers lead the Sidekicks by a score of 8-2.
Wind 6 miles, runway 6 right, clear to land.
Since 1986, Soccer Spectrum has been serving the Dallas community with competitive soccer, great food, laughs, and a home away from home. Here at Soccer Spectrum, we offer the full soccer experience. We host and organize adult indoor and outdoor soccer leagues, youth leagues, watch parties, soccer camps, and birthday parties. Our facility has everything you need to enjoy our beautiful game and create friendships that will last a lifetime. What are you waiting for? Join our community today. Soccer Spectrum, the official practice facility of the Dallas Sidekicks.
Back here at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center with the Empire Strykers leading the Dallas Sidekicks by a score of 8-2. 7 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. My name is Christian Filliman, otherwise known as Philly. You are watching the MASL on MASL TV. The Empire Strykers with the corner kick restart. Ball gets put into play, intercepted by the Kicks. A long shot. Does it have the direction? No, off of the flight wall sign. And the Strykers are utilizing the sixth attacker. Justin Stinson wearing that sixth attacker jersey. Alami off of the boots of the Sidekicks. Justin Stinson operating with that sixth attacker. Will there be a sixth attacker dagger? The Strykers don't need it. Powell pushed into the wall. Finds some space, but look at the defense. Stinson showing us that ability to pick pockets on the run. Stinson with the fancy footwork, putting on the brakes as he looked at Nestor Hernandez. The pass comes into Munir Alami. Alami goes back out to Palmer. Palmer connects on that right side. De Leon shot. Oh, off of the bar. And I don't mean the crossbar, which is where we are here in Ontario, California. Stinson fires it. Shot. Oh, I don't know exactly where that went, but it doesn't look like it went past Juan Gamboa. Into Leo. Leo, who did score a goal earlier. What a pass. Stinson shot. And that's going to deflect out and out of play. It's going to be a restart for the it's got to, yes, exactly. It's got to be for the Strykers. Just waiting on that confirmation. Robert Palmer going to put the ball into play, and he's going to call a timeout. 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Robert Palmer, the captain of the Empire Strikers, is going to opt for the timeout. And so despite the fact that the Strikers do have a 6-goal lead, the Strikers are going to go back to head coach Onuo Obasi, and they're going to look to figure out what the $1 Million Man has on his clipboard. The X's and O's. And Onuo Obasi, in his first season for the Empire Strikers, is potentially on the verge of the team's 12th win. Currently 11, 10, and 2. 7-4-1 at home, 4-6-1 on the road. But that can all change. If this result holds, 37 points. Back at the crossbar. Folks, that's a panda. There's a panda wearing purple. Purple wearing panda in the audience. There we see the replay of the goal scored by Leo. Saved by Gamboa. And there's a brilliant goal by Randy Martinez. Guzman shot, the second goal for the Dallas Sidekicks. Flavio Guzman and Nestor Hernandez, the lone goal scorers for the Dallas Sidekicks today. Not to quote anything that would get us in trouble with George Lucas, but the Empire certainly has struck back today. Earlier in the season, in Allen, Texas, the Empire Strikers did fall against the Dallas Sidekicks, but with so much on the line, they put in one heck of a performance. But still, with 6 minutes and 7 seconds remaining, anything can happen. Robert Palmer set to put the ball in play. Palmer just waiting on the call from the official. There we see him moving away. That gives him enough time to have a quick little dialogue with George De Leon, who's had a tremendous game. 2 goals and 1 assist on the night. Palmer with his hands on that miter ball, and shout out to our sponsor. Couple of touches. Could that mean good luck for the reigning defender of the year? De Leon into Stinson. Stinson fires it. Justin Stinson finds the back of the net. The Strikers score yet again. Stinging is Stinson once again. Justin, look at that goal. Brilliant goal right down Main Street. Puts the Strikers up by a score of 9-2. Justin Stinson, 32 goals on the season. And yeah, a little slow on the uptake there by the Strikers supporters. But there is a feeling of postseason bliss in the Empire. 9-2. Strikers are up by 7. We don't want to crown them postseason participants yet, because still plenty of time. And as we know in the game of indoor, anything can happen. Nestor Hernandez with space to operate, booted off of the feet of the Strikers. Pass into that right corner. D'Souza gets that ball taken away by Randy Martinez, intercepted by Hernandez. Nestor's shot. Randy Martinez gets in the way, creates the deflection, and that's going to be a restart for Dallas with 5:26 remaining. Justin Stinson finds the back of the net for the 32nd time this season. He continues to pile on his numbers. Can Justin Stinson win Golden Boot this season? Well, the way he's playing, unless Frank Tayu's got some tricks up his sleeve. Oh, and that's a shot. Deflected. Jamie Lovegrove is going to connect with another assist on the season. What a brilliant play. What a brilliant goal from the Dallas Sidekicks. Moises Hernandez finds the back of the net. What a cheeky back heel off of a pass from Jamie the Jet. 9-3 now the score. That was a gorgeous goal. Moises Hernandez finds the back of the net for the 3rd time this season. Jamie Lovegrove, 21 assists to go along with his 20 goals. Folks, I will allow you to do the math at home. 9-3 the score with 5 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. Pass comes into Ciro. Ciro with a goal in today's game. A pass comes into Stinson. Stinson with a marvelous performance. And he has been playing at a level where he should practically be walking on water. Unbelievable performances by Justin Stinson in the last 3 games. And as he has done time and time again this season, a goal-scoring dynamo. Pass gets picked up by Powell. Powell advances it. There's a shot. And another Dallas Sidekicks goal. A beauty of a goal. It is now 9-4. Hold your horses, Empire. Do the Kicks have enough to find their way into this game? Look at that shot taken by Rafael Rodriguez. 9-4, the score. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Not over in Allen, Texas just yet. And look at the celebration. Gotta love the display of excitement exhibited by Jamie Lovegrove. Jamie the Gent. We call him that for a number of reasons. Less than 4:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Strykers advance the ball, looking to make a run. Andy Reyes' shot. That misses. Picked up by Hernandez. Hernandez is going to bounce it off the wall into Valadez. Valadez back over to Nestor. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Both teams are going to close out the regular season after today. De Leon comes in, and that's going to be a foul. Felipe De Souza back down on the turf as he's rubbing his quadricep. De Souza has taken a number of spills to the turf. And he's gotten a number of black and blues in today's ball game. De Souza, in his 3rd year with the Kicks, played professional futsal. And De Souza, one heck of a talent in the Major Arena Soccer League. As both teams are going to go to the bench to have a quick dialogue here with less than 4 minutes remaining. Let's take a look at what transpired. It looks like De Souza got taken down by Emmanuel Aguirre. 3:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter. A heck of a game for the Empire Strikers as Jamie Lovegrove wearing that beautiful Dallas Sidekick 6th attacker jersey. Can he add that dagger to the 6th attacker? I love saying the 6th attacker dagger. Clayson DeLima gets in the way. De Souza off of the wall. That's going to come off of Andy Reyes. Headed in and back over to Reyes. Taken away by Hernandez. Nestor into Guzman. Guzman to left. There's a shot off the wall. And another goal. If De Souza got in the way, it is now 9-5. As I mentioned, hold your horses, folks. Still plenty to be had here in Allen, Texas. 9-5. Let's take a look at that replay again. Guzman. Shot off the wall. The header by De Souza. It's a 4-goal game. Is this over yet? No, folks. Still plenty of time to be had with 3 minutes and 35 seconds. The Sidekicks are putting in some fight, and you got to tip your hat off to their efforts. They are not keeling over to this Empire Strikers postseason push. They are battling. They are fighting. And so, for those watching at home, we all suffered from a slight bit of Tourette's there as we have 3 minutes and 24 seconds here in this fourth quarter. Ball gets put into play. Leo Espinosa bounces it off the wall into Justin Stinson. And I say that obviously graciously. Stinson. And the Strykers with the 6th attacker jersey still looking to add pressure to the defense of the Dallas Sidekicks. De Leon has it. Charge! De Leon, the worm, worms it through yet again. The Hattie, throw your sombrero. Let's take a look at that replay again. Not that one, but that one. George De Leon fires it past Juan Gamboa. 10-5 the score. They're going crazy here in Ontario, California, at the Crossbar Sports and Spirits Bar and Grill at the Ontario International Airport Hotel. The Strykers supporters can feel it. A trip to Oceanside imminent. April 4th through the 6th. Punch your tickets if you're fans of the Empire. Punch your tickets if you're fans of the indoor game. Less than 3 remains. Lovegrove advances it off of the wall. Ball is loose. Picked right back up. Jamie the Gent fires it off of Tony Della Torre. And what a game he's had in his sophomore season. Not only is Tony Della Torre the team's unofficial barber, but the man can score goals. As he has scored into today's game 4 on the season. Nestor Hernandez pressured by Mansouri. Abdul Mansouri with space to operate. Ball is loose, picked up by Nestor. Off of the back heels. Booted out of danger. Ball gets advanced to Jamie Lovegrove. Lovegrove into the left. Sidekicks. Look at Robert Palmer. That is one example as to why that man is a multi-time defender of the year in the MASL. Palmer shot off of the crossbar. Clickety clank clank. Back over to the Sidekicks. Sidekicks season is set to expire in about 2 minutes and 1 second. Bradley Valadez is going to hang on it. Sidekicks again with a challenging season. A lot of question marks going into the offseason. 6 wins this season, replicated exactly what they had last year with 6 wins. This is a team that demands results. Stinson shot. And Justin Stinson shot ricochets. Oh, we all thought it was a goal here based on that camera angle. We resume play. 90 ticks of the clock remain. The Stinger still hanging on to it. His pass in. Shot. That is not to be denied. The rookie, Monir Olami, finding the back of the net. The Strykers score their 11th goal of the game. Let's take a look at that. What a beauty. What a beauty. The Empire punches their ticket, not to be denied. Oceanside, California, less than 100 miles from Ontario, California. That will be the destination for the Strykers here in less than a week with a commanding, convincing performance against the Dallas Sidekicks. 1:23 remaining here in the ball game. Can Dallas find the back of the net at least one more time for some form of respectability? The pass in from Nestor into Lovegrove. Lovegrove muscles his defender off of the ball, but in to the capable hands of Clayson DeLima. And folks, with 1:12 remaining, 11-5 the score for the Empire Strykers. The officials are going to have a quick dialogue. Not entirely sure what they're conversing with. Part of me has been distracted with all the activity going on here at the Crossbar at the Ontario International Airport Hotel. But what a performance by the Empire Strykers. Jamie Lovegrove, not thrilled with that call. You can clearly see it in his body language. I do want to give a shout out to the Dallas Sidekicks. Their fans, their staff, an unbelievable side. Really been grateful to that organization for allowing me to call these games. 1:12, top of the arc restart. Jamie Lovegrove has Felipe De Souza and Nestor Hernandez to his left, and he's going to call the timeout. And this is going to be the final timeout of the season for the Dallas Sidekicks. a proud, proud franchise that is looking to really build on something. There is no losing if there is learning. And there we see head coach of the Sidekicks, Terry Woodbury, having a conversation with his captain, Jamie Lovegrove. Once again, back here at the Crossbar, Sports and Spirits Bar and Grill at the Ontario International Airport. There's a lot of excitement here in the Inland Empire. Where did Panda get that Empire Strykers shirt? Lord knows I didn't buy it or pay for it. But there's a lot of people happy here in Ontario, California, not to be mistaken with Ontario, Canada. Your Empire is heading to Oceanside, California for the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Will they clinch the 7th seed? Will they clinch the 8th seed? I don't know. But if you want to go to the playoffs, reserve your seats today at frontwavearena.com. Shout out to the Sidekicks fans in attendance, the youth groups. Jamie Lovegrove coaches the FC Dallas Academy. And big shout out to everybody in Allen, Texas for attending this matchup today. It was a challenging season for the Dallas Sidekicks, but they came out. They did not allow the Empire Strykers to really just walk all over them. They've competed. They've really found their scoring knack here in the second half. And can they find another one? Lovegrove to Hernandez. Hernandez with an Adam Vinatieri-esque field goal shot there. Well off the mark, and to quote the great Bob Uecker, may he rest in peace, just a bit outside. A minute and 10 seconds remaining here in the ball game, the final game of the regular season for both the Sidekicks and the Strykers. De Lima advancing it into Perez. Alan Perez gets his pocket picked. The Sidekicks do recover. Is there one more goal in the arsenal here of the Sidekicks? The maneuvering. The shot well off of the mark. Less than a minute remaining here in the fourth quarter. Stinson looking to build on his performance with numbers. The pass, his shot, saved by Jamie Lovegrove. Something you don't say very often. Jamie Lovegrove with the save of the game for the Dallas Sidekicks. 30 seconds remaining. And there's going to be a stoppage in play. A 2-on-1 opportunity for the Empire Strykers denied by the leading scorer of the Dallas Sidekicks, Jamie Lovegrove. And if Jamie Lovegrove opts to not want to go out onto the turf anymore for the Sidekicks as a field player, well, clearly he has the ability to operate as a goalkeeper. Ball gets put into play. Backheel pass. Hernandez's shot off of the mark. Another goal opportunity and a goal scored by Joaquin Rivas. Joaquin Rivas punches that ball through the back of the net. Rivas with his second goal of the year and potentially the final goal of the season for the Dallas Sidekicks. The Empire Strykers have allowed the Dallas Sidekicks to score quite a few goals here late in the game. And that's something that if they want to make a push through into the playoffs, they're going to need to clean up. But either way, with 21.3 seconds remaining, this undoubtedly will be a win for the Empire. There we see Munir Alami in the midfield. And I'm being swarmed by a lot of people. People I'm familiar with, people I'm not familiar with. But either way, life is good for the time being. 21.3 seconds remaining. The Strykers leading the Sidekicks by a score of 11-6. At this point, it's purely philosophy. Waiting on the officials to blow the whistle. What the delay is, I don't know. But Alami puts it into play, into Ciro. Ciro bats it into the corner. Stinson puts it into play. Broken up by Balades. 13 seconds remaining. Will the Strykers get another goal? Stinson's shot deflects off of the Sidekicks. Into Polo Hernandez. Polo with Powell on him. Goes over to Berto. Berto over to the right to Stinson. 3 seconds remaining. That shot comes off. Can you feel it in the Empire? The Strykers are now in the playoffs. They clinched the 7th spot in the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. And as you can see behind me at the crossbar, a bar designated for the Empire Strykers, there is a lot of jubilation in the Inland Empire. I've said it before, and I don't care if I sound like a broken record. Some teams may have an arena. Not many teams have their own bar. And if you look at the crowd here, they're beyond thrilled that the Strykers are now in the playoffs for the first time since 2021. And with that being the case, FrontWaveArena.com is your home to where you can buy your tickets to Oceanside, California, a mere hop, skip, and a jump from folks and fans here in the Inland Empire of California. What a tremendous game for the Empire Strykers. 11-6, your final score, and a total team performance by the Empire. Utterly impressive, with so much on the line, with this unfortunate stigma of failing time and time again in the final game of the season. The Empire Strykers have silenced the critics. Justin Stinson, a tremendous performance for the Empire Strykers. George DeLeon, a tremendous performance. There you see your final stats. The Strykers, 11 goals on 40 shots. The Dallas Sidekicks, 6 goals on 22 shots. If you look at the amount of saves, you got to credit Dallas Sidekicks keeper Parker Lackland and Juan Gamboa for 15 saves. For the Empire Strykers, it's been the tale of Brian Orozco and Clayson DeLima. They have been rotating keepers all season long, but an incredible, incredible effort for the Empire Strykers. Justin Stinson, with the amount of goals that he scored, could potentially close out the season as the Golden Boot winner in the Major Arena Soccer League, unless Frank Tayu creates a monumental performance for the Milwaukee Wave against the red-hot St. Louis Ambush. The St. Louis Ambush currently riding a unbelievable 5-game winning streak, the greatest in franchise history. With so much on the line, will it be the Tacoma Stars, or will it be the St. Louis Ambush to punch the final ticket for the Ron Newman Cup MASL playoffs? Well, you're going to have to stick around for the rest of this weekend to figure it out. But one thing is said and certain. The Empire Strykers will be in Oceanside, California next week. Who they'll be playing, Lord only knows. But we'll have to figure it out after tomorrow. On behalf of myself, Christian Phileman, better known as Philly, and our unbelievable production staff, big shout out to the Empire Strykers, and a huge shout out to the Dallas Sidekicks for giving me the responsibility of calling your last few games of the regular season. I absolutely love that, and I thank you so much for that opportunity. I have nothing but respect for the Sidekicks. I have nothing but respect for the Major Arena Soccer League. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Your final score in Allen, Texas, the Strykers 11, the Dallas Sidekicks 6. We'll see you in Oceanside, California next week. You've been watching the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV. Philly, mic drop. I'm done for the regular season. See y'all in the postseason.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.